CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Guys, the chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, I'm going to talk about some of the seasons. We're going to be kicking over from the update stuff into Warships. Some of the problems that we had with Season 55, and hopefully stuff that can get corrected going into Season 56. So, I'm not really sure where to start with this one. But if you haven't already, make sure you throw in that code chicken in the shop. I do appreciate it. We got a free trader crate in the shop right there. We still have no update just yet. No boom pass. Nothing has come across as of right now. But we can upgrade a critter launcher, which is something, right? I was getting into the crab a little bit today. By a little bit, I mean literally one attack. So I think let's jump up some crabby goodness. Maybe let's go warriors. And let's get a full boost going for all these rewards. Nope, I did it wrong. Oh, I'm going to double boost one of the statues, but I don't care. So I want to talk about this video, some of the problems with Season 55. Specifically the custom nodes and that kind of thing. And just some ways that they can go about it, making it better going forward. Because I do like the idea of the custom nodes, the custom stats. I think it is cool. But, you know, it just wasn't implemented correctly, which kind of sucks. You know, I think it should have been fairly obvious that throwing in, you know, a million multi-nodes and not having anything cost any upgrade tokens at all was probably going to be a bad idea, but, you know, I will say that we've definitely had worse seasons, so it, you know, it wasn't the end of the world. It was annoying, and the game kind of became unplayable for players that were not willing to swap their nodes. They kind of got shafted, and it was just way too expensive. So, first off, right out of the gates, they got to reduce the multi-nodes. If we're going to have custom stat nodes, which apparently they're not coming back from next season, this is not confirmed. I just heard people talking about that. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe they are. My guess is they want to take them out and look at how they can balance them, and this is what this video is for, is how they can balance them. So I think they work fine for the most part. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a net positive for the game, but there's a couple rules that they should come with. Number one, don't put gunboat energy in with building health, building damage, troop health, and troop damage. Those, like, gunboat energy is so much lower value than all of those things, except maybe troop health, depending on the meta. It's just, it doesn't make sense to put it up, because you're never going to take GBE over building health. You're never going to take it over, you know, another stat that's not as good. So it just doesn't even make sense to have it in there. So having gunboat energy just as its own node would actually be perfect. You'd be able to spend some upgrade tokens on it. I don't know why I'm smoking. I can just blast this one down. You can spend some of your upgrade tokens on it. You can do a whole bunch of different things. And then you have gunboat energy, which is great, especially when people are running 240% building health and, you know, 120% building damage. That gets pretty gnarly. And the problem with not having any gunboat energy is it really takes a lot of the skill out of the attacks, is what I find. Like, even the, you know, quote-unquote skilled attacks where you're using Seekers or Rocket Choppers or whatever, those become very difficult or almost unusable without gunboat energy. Maybe not so much Seekers, but you get what I mean. It just doesn't really make sense. And there's only so much you can do. Like, if you're doing a free clear strategy, which everyone was doing at 4 or 5 ER in the Fizzle meta, you're just throwing your troops. You're not doing anything. You're just throwing your troops out. And, you know, you barely have enough to get your tanks down or whatever you're using. And it's, you know, it's just not a fun way of playing, especially throwing in the mix you can't get engine rooms, especially throwing in the mix that everything costs so many diamonds that you can't really do anything. It just kind of makes this perfect storm where you can't really do anything. So I don't know why I keep playing these levels. I need to just focus on barraging them down. But yeah, so it makes that perfect storm where it's very difficult to get by. And it's quite simply, they need to have regular nodes and also have choice nodes. Choice nodes shouldn't be every single boost in the tree. They should make some stats consistent and have other nodes be your choice. Yeah, having too many choice nodes makes it too hard to choose a meta. So maybe at the very end, shout out to Cam who gave me this this idea. But I think if you're going to have choice notes, put them at the very end of the tech tree, right? How cool would that be? Have all the choice notes be after 70R, and then everything you got to do up to that point is, more standard. The thing is, I think it boils down to basically what we said at the beginning. Is it's got to be about, having the ability to have choice notes, but have them be more balanced. Don't just have them be everything, because then it's just too much. It's too much in one direction. Too much in one direction in Warships with anything is typically always a bad idea. So making that the mainstay of the entire season, I feel like just, they were kind of asking for trouble. But yeah. So I think if they can do those simple things, they can implement choice nodes and actually have them be fun, and make them work. Because I do like the idea of being able to customize your own stuff, and it is something, I'm not, completely oblivious that it is something we've been asking for a very long time. So to have it in the game is cool, but it's got to be balanced properly. That's the one thing that the devs really seem to struggle with, is having a balanced tech tree. And it's difficult to do. I get it. You can't really fully balance a warship tech tree without having it completely open to the community and seeing what all of the options and all the variables are. Like, there's so many different variables that go into this. They really need to have, like, a practice season. But, I mean, in terms of testing, I don't even know how you do that perfectly. Like, that's a can of worms in itself. So it's tough. So I'm just saying that because I don't want to get up here and say that I could do all this stuff perfectly. You guys are idiots. Like, no, I get it. It's tough. It's not easy. 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know why, again, I'm doing this, but here we go. But yeah, I think if they can follow those fundamentals, kind of like how we hashed out fundamentals with the critter launchers when those first initially came in, it was like, okay, the critter launchers are okay. They're not going to break the game, but you have to have offensive tools to get around them in the tech tree wherever they're put. You can't not have critter launchers in a big gapped 3 engine room deck with a heavy rush meta with no flares. That's just going to break the game because nobody's going to be able to get engine rooms if they have critter launchers. So stuff like that, that seems like it would be obvious is the things that, they got to focus on to make sure. So, yeah, I think for next season, I would like to see them come back because I do think they're interesting. And I think a really easy, safe way to do it is, like we said, is put all the custom stat nodes after 70 Rs. Because then it's going to be a normal season up until then, and that's going to be, that. We're going to move out all of these mines here. I don't know why I barraged them. I'm doing a lot of really dumb things. But it doesn't really matter because it's crab on stage 10, so we'll be okay regardless. Let's shock over here. I mean, I could even just, completely art this one down, so I don't know what I'm doing there. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on Season 55, some of the problems with it, some of the things that I hope that they can fix going into Season 56, whenever that does come. So you guys let me know what you think down below in the comments. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. Catch the next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.